Welcome, guys. Welcome back, Geek family. Today we have a really important topic. Today with me, we got Alex.
Hello.
Ty.
Hi.
One thing that we really want to talk about today is something that's really important to us that we've worked hard for, which is our reviews.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And unfortunately, we just received our first negative review.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we might.
Let me tell you this. I got home one night.
Yeah.
I was in my bedroom, right? And my intuition was like, check your Google reviews, right? It was like around 11 o'clock. Let's go on my phone. I go on Geek Roofing. Oh, got another review. Another 5-star, right?
Yeah.
And 1 star. And I was like, oh, it finally happened. Thank goodness. No, seriously, I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah, we're officially going out of business now, guys.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you guys. Orlando, thank you for having us. All right.
Thank you. It was a good run. It was a good 3 years with 5-star reviews. Ends here. But no. And the reason why we talk about this, and it's not something that we're proud of, it's something that we were expecting, right? We've done so well for the past 3 years. We generated over 200 positive reviews in such a short time. I mean, you got to think about it. We're here in the roofing industry. When we serve a customer, it could take 1 day, it could take a month, right? So it's really challenging to get that many reviews in our industry.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just something quick, get in and out, give us a 5-star.
It's not a 1-day job, and we can't ask for it on the spot.
Exactly. So you really need consistency, and you got to stand out, because I know on our industry, roofers take maybe 10 years to get over 100 reviews. Honestly, it's really, really challenging. But we've done so well, and it's something that we want to talk about. We're about positivity, right? But we also we never stand out to be perfect, and we always let our homeowners know that as well. Look, like, hey, we're not perfect. There's mistakes. There's issues that come along the way. Every job's unique. Every homeowner's unique.
But we find solutions for it.
Exactly.
We find solutions for it.
And we find solutions, right?
Because at the end, we want our homeowners to have a smile and be like, Geek Roofing provided a 5-star service. Even though this happened,
But they found a solution.
They took care of my family. Here's a 5-star, review.
Right. No,
as long as we get on top of it too right away. If the problem does show up, then we can find out a solution. Because the faster we find out a solution, the faster the problem gets solved.
Yes, and we'll talk about the stories where we have received negative reviews before, but they're no longer there, right?
Right.
But in the meantime, please like and subscribe, comment, share. I know our first episode did awesome, guys. I really appreciate the support.
Thank you.
It means a lot to us. So shout out everybody that helped us out, friends, family, homeowners, customers, potential customers, just anybody in the market that's helping us. We're really, really grateful. Thank you. So yeah, let's talk about it. So we'll show on the screen. If Orlando, if you could put them on, it's the negative review that we want to talk about, right? We won't mention the homeowner's name out of respect. I know this is a homeowner that I worked with maybe it was about 2 years ago. We did a project for him. I knew he was a new homeowner. And if you look at the review, it says, mold is under your roof. Just check. Their workers save as much as possible, maybe because their bosses pays them just pennies.
My God.
And we tried, right? We tried to reach out to him.
Right.
How many times did you go out there?
Jared,
Let's go back. So
yeah, let's step back a little bit, right? So when I saw that, right away, I called you.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Jared, it's here. Our first 1-star review. How did you feel? Right. I probably have a different view because I'm an associate here, right? We're a family, right? But as an owner at Geek Roofing, how did you hear when I said we got our first 1-star review?
Well, at first I was confused, right? Because every job has gone so well. So I'm like, well, what job have we done recently that would give us that?
That's one thing too. I was like, hey, because I'm the one running the project. I'm like, what homeowner that we just gave me a 1-star?
Right.
Because I was pretty sure that everybody that we left, homeowners were happy.
Right.
So I was like, it caught me off guard a little bit for me.
So yeah, no, it threw me off guard for sure. And I'm like, wait. So I just started questioning. I'm like, well, what did we do? Right. And first thing, I saw it and I'm like, oh, I remember this project. So I was disappointed at first, but I'm like, oh, this is something that we could solve. You know, we'll give them a call, reach out to them. We could take care of it because that's what we always do. Right. There's always issues that come up. We're there right away. Right. And I was like, okay, this is something that we could take care of it. But then I started obviously looking at the photo, right? I'm like, wait, it's not even roof related, right? I'm like, this is an HVAC problem, right? And working in that area, we won't say the street name or anything, but we've done.
We did the whole street.
Literally the whole street.
Something projects in that neighborhood, right?
Right. But no, just that street. Not just the neighborhood. Yes, we done a lot.
95% of the houses on that street.
Maybe 12 houses there.
Easy. Just on that one road.
His front neighbor, we won't mention his name as well. He gave us a 5-star. And I think I know you guys know who I'm talking about. He has this issue as well. But it goes down to the builder. Right, it was the builder, the way they install these HVAC tubes, which we tried connecting it, but that has nothing to do
with the roof.
In our industry, we're not even HVAC. We're not even supposed to be touching these, right? So any advice to roofers out there, you're not HVAC companies. You don't have a license for HVAC. You shouldn't be dealing with the HVAC tubing or anything. Just FYI. So I looked at it, I'm like, well, this is something that we could easily solve. We could take care of it. If we have to get, some old company out there, we have connections, right? We'll take care of it. But when I looked at his profile, he already had a 5-star for another company.
The same time frame.
Right. Within literally within a couple hours. So that right there kind of told me like, okay, there's no chance for us to even go back because you know how roofers are. They like to badmouth each other. Fortunately. Like, hey, this is the worst roofing company you've ever, worked with. They did a terrible job, which that's not the case. I mean, that's not who we're about, right? But this is something we still want to reach out. We're actually going to be back in his neighborhood later this summer.
8th time. But we'll be back in the neighborhood for the 8th time.
Yes, we'll be back in his neighborhood, which hopefully we could see him. I know, how many times have you gone over?
8 times.
8 times? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like us working there 8 times. Like, wait, what?
No. We've actually gone.
You went there?
Because
yes, 8 times. Since that review, I went the next day to solve
I remember because I called you.
And at first he wasn't there, but I was telling you, I was like, well, first of all, he's probably still heated, right? I think we should give him a couple days. Right. Let him, calm down. But since then, I saw by 8 times, knocked, still no answer.
Didn't even answer you.
No.
Any phone call?
Nothing. No, I tried.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, and what you're saying, Jared, is true and right. How he didn't reach out at first, and his first review was just so aggressive. Right. Because I remember when we did that final walkthrough, he was happy. He was satisfied, right? He's like, I'll recommend you guys. Yeah. But like you said, there's other contractors, fortunately, trying to bring us down instead of lifting each other up.
Of course.
Especially if like homeowners don't know, like don't deal with contractors a lot. One bad contractor can just throw the homeowner off and look at every other contractor.
For sure. Right. And there's this one saying that I remember hearing back in the day, if you have a roofer, any type of roofer, go into another roofer's project, they're always going to call something out.
Oh, easy.
Right? There's no, like, with something about roofers, they think, like, their way's the only right way for whatever reason.
And that's one thing that's wrong, I think, with roofers. I think if everybody has an open mind, maybe not badmouth everybody, right? To learn from everybody.
For sure.
This industry would be crazy.
You'd be surprised how certain guys have different ways of installing things. Yeah. And honestly, there's really no right or wrong, right? Unless you're like completely messing up the roof, right? But like,
it's like all wavy or nail patterns are all
exactly. But no, and this is something that we still want to take care of, right? Like if we have to give him a reimbursement, like say just hopefully if he watches this, but we're gonna see him, like hopefully he reaches out some way, or gives us an opportunity to even talk to him to get this taken care of. Now I don't even want to talk about like the bosses pays them just pennies. I know,
I'll talk about that. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Before I worked with Geek, little backstory. I worked for a boss who just paid me pennies. I remember me and my little brother had to drive out to Washington for a month because we were installing windows and siding. 1 month we got paid $800 for the
1 month
for the both of you guys. Wow.
Wait, what do you? How many days did you work?
The whole month.
Literally,
like 7 days out of the week,
6 days out of the week, Monday through Saturday.
And he paid you $800.
Wow. It's a 50-minute drive.
Jeez. And so no gas, no thing. This is you pay your own gas, your own vehicle.
Own vehicle.
When was it? Was this when you got to Oregon?
No, I think it was maybe. I think it was like 3 or 4 months before I came to you guys.
Gotcha. Well, you're still in Oregon though.
No, yeah, I was still in Oregon.
Yeah,
I was still in Oregon. But that's like that when I got that paycheck and it was $800. He's like, "Oh, that's for you and your brother." I wasn't like pissed. I'm like, okay,
right.
Like I'm done here now. So that's when I started looking.
Right.
And then that's when I met Angel.
Right, that connected us.
But yeah, that comment that he made though is just. I know contractors out there who does actually pay pennies.
Right.
No, we're not one of them.
No, we're definitely not one of them.
Here's the thing. Like, I know a friend who knows one of our roof technicians, one of our roofers. Mm-hmm. And, talking to them a few days ago, they're like, hey, this guy talks about how well you guys treat him here compared to the other contractors. Mm-hmm. Right? That's coming from his friend. Mm-hmm. So I know we're doing something right. And Jared, I know you're doing something right. All of us as a team.
Sure. I can tell because even a couple of the new roofers we got when they first came in, you can tell they weren't really that happy. Now look at them; they're kind of bulk and seasoned.
Yeah, right. You can tell where they come from.
Yeah,
and something. It's a thing that obviously it's behind the scenes that homeowners don't see or people don't see. It's how much contractors do get taken advantage. And just me being around the industry for so long, I've seen it. Firsthand, I've experienced it.
Yeah.
So I understand, that feeling of how you put in so much work, hard work, because you got to realize, I think OSHA just announced that roofing is the 3rd most dangerous job in the world. Imagine that.
Right.
So these guys deserve to get a good pay cut, and that's what we're about here at Geek Roofing. So, just talking about the review, man, like, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. We, like I said, we have kind of expected it at one point, because we did so well for the first 4 years.
I mean, if we didn't get a 1-star, like, something would be wrong.
Right.
Because there's no way. I mean, I would love to think that we're a perfect company,
right?
But at the end of the day, everybody's human. Nobody is.
Yeah, and we tell that to homeowners even during our presentation. Like, hey, look, like, I know everybody's gonna come out here and say how great they are, or how perfect they are, and with us, like, hey, there's some potential that there's mistakes.
Oh yeah.
But look, we're here to back it up.
Yeah.
And and let's talk about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone that's listening to this that, is starting their company or has already started their company, treat your employees right. It's that simple.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Jared, like contractors, it doesn't even have to be in the construction industry.
It could be any industry.
It could be any industry, right? Treat your employees right and they'll take care of you, right? We're not dogs. We're humans like you. Because, there's a difference between a boss and a leader. Right, a boss can just controls you and tell you what to do. A leader shows you by an example.
Exactly.
Right. And so anyone that's listening to this, you're starting your business, or work, have a business, do it right. And at the end, long run,
that's one way to grow your company.
Yeah,
right. You gotta have a good team behind you. In order to have a good team, they gotta know that they'll be getting something out of that.
Take care of your team, and they'll take care of you.
Exactly.
And that's what we're about. So, yeah, just seeing this review. It's not who we are.
I think we celebrated, didn't we? We went to dinner.
Celebrate. No.
It sounds bad, but
no. We're gonna take care of this guy. Hopefully, we come across him. Like I said, we want to take care of him. Whatever he paid, if he got it fixed, we'll reimburse him. Just to make sure he's taken care of.
Right.
And he's warranted. So if this was a roofing issue,
right,
you got to realize we give out 50-year warranty. So this thing's taken care of if it's roof related, right? But right here, what you have, it's an actual HVAC issue.
And it's reminded me, So a few days ago, I actually closed his neighbor that's 2 houses down from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him like a brief summary of what happened with his neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yeah, unfortunately, some projects are not, 100%. But what I've read in your reviews and talking to the rest of the neighbors, you guys do take care of us and you guys do take care of me. So that's why, like, I don't care what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you take care of me, I'm happy.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so let's talk about the jobs that we've done there, because we have come across, and I'll tell you one story, right? And it's in that same neighborhood. This happened about 2 years ago, where we tore off a roof. We papered it. It was waterproof. It got delivered that evening.
Oh, yeah.
We got some rain, right? We got some rain. And my dad remembers this. I remember it was like around 7:30, 8 in the evening. I remember calling my dad. I'm like, Dad, I need you. Like, we got to go. It's because it's already dark, right? Homeowner called me. He said he pulled up from work. He noticed a raindrop in his garage. He's like, well, it just started raining. He's like, why is it raindrop in my windshield, right? And he went upstairs, find out that he saw some water in the ceiling.
In his office.
Contractor too. Yeah, he's a production manager, right, for a big builder here in Oregon. He called me. He's like, Jared, we have a problem. It's like 7:30. Call my dad. I'm like, Dad, there's this project. We got to go. Okay, let's go. We go. We get in the attic. We find out that where it's coming from, right? We see it from inside of the attic. We see the little hole where the water's coming in. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to go up there. It's pitch black. I mean, we have our harnesses and everything, right? We're safe, but we just with some flashlights so we could cover it. Coming to find out is right where the valley meets, right? Where it was papered. Won't say the supplier's name, but what the supplier did when they delivered that evening.
Oh, hit the paper.
They put the 1x3, the metal.
Oh,
right in between, and man, it literally right where all the water runs. There was a little hole.
Yep.
And that's when all that water was coming in. So we were able to cover that for the meantime, but it was pretty much too late because water already got inside of the attic. You know, it seemed like it was already raining for a couple hours. Homeowner didn't see it till obviously a couple hours later when he got home. So we took care of that, and I'm like, hey, we'll fix this. We'll come back tomorrow, get this taken care of. We'll find a solution, right? And yeah, so we got supplier involved. We got, everybody that had to get involved. They got involved. It got to a point where literally we had to take off all the drywall, insulation, walls. It was a project
like
for
a
sure.
Remodel and
and it took a couple more days. Actually, right? We finished the roofing project. We took maybe another week or so just to take care of everything inside, which it wasn't obviously our fault. It was a supplier. But one thing, when I was talking to that homeowner, right, towards the end, because I did a final walkthrough, because during the project I was taking care of, even though we didn't cause that problem, I was still there to take care of them, right? And that's one thing when he told me, he's like, hey, one thing I really appreciate how involved you are in this. I know it's not your problem, right? It wasn't your issue, but the fact that you're still here every day checking on my project, checking the inside of the room, right?
That's how it should be if you close the deal.
100%.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's like, shout out to your supplier as well. He's like, because they actually stood behind. He's like, what matters is not when the boat is, just floating, but when it gets rocky, what happens?
Right.
And right there, he was upset, and I don't blame him. Like the first couple of days, him and his wife, they didn't want to deal with that. I mean, the banging and noise inside their house, right? They have kids. They're like, we just purchased a roof. Why are we dealing with all these problems, right? But literally, it switched from possibly a 1-star to a 5-star at the end. He gave us a 5-star. He was satisfied. He was happy. And what really matters, he said, is not what happens, is how you back it up. And that right there was a really, really good experience for me and my team, honestly, just learning from that. And I know we have a couple more, but yeah, go ahead.
One thing is just the communication is the key to that story and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Because without the communication, supplier's not going to know. Homeowner's going to be mad. We're going to be like, we're going to lose on this. But as long as everybody communicated and everybody knows their part.
Right. Exactly.
Everything went well.
Right.
Exactly.
And they just want to be heard as well. Because one thing I did recall was he was like, "Hey, forgive me if I've been frustrated with you guys. I'm also dealing with my own personal things from work."
He has all his right though to be frustrated,
and he does, right? Yeah. But he's like, he felt heard, right? And that's all they want. They know that they're taken care of it. And what Tyron was saying from the beginning when they signed up, you know, they trusted you, right? They trusted you to take care of him and his family, and so everyone should do that. You know, any business owner, you know, if you're working with clients, you know, homeowners, take care of them. Yeah. No matter what happens, find a solution for them.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's always a solution. Customer satisfaction is what's most important.
Yeah. No, and let's talk about the one that we got maybe, what was it, 6 months ago, 5 months ago?
Oh, yeah.
On that street. It wasn't even a homeowner. It was the neighbor.
We were blocking.
Oh,
yeah. Tell us about that one. I know you dealt with that one.
Give you project.
Give you props for this.
Your dad was the one running that project. I parked the trailer. It was partly my fault because I should have I guess see where the delivery people could the material delivery a truck could be. But at the end of the day, they need to make sure that there's enough space for the cars to move through and stuff. So what happened basically is one of the neighbors I think they were trying to leave or come home, and our material was getting delivered, and the supplier said they had enough room and was guiding them through. And I guess it hit our trailer, scratched their car. That same morning, 1 star, not even half an hour after.
Well, I remember texting you, right?
You texted me. You're like, "Hey, what's this 1 star for?" I'm like, "What 1 star? I'm at the job."
Right.
So I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" So I looked at the trailer. And I'm like, "Oh, somebody did hit the trailer." I instantly called and asked them what happened.
Right.
If they hit the trailer, or if they guided someone through and they hit the trailer.
Yeah.
We got manufacturer involved in that.
Supplier
involved in that. But I think that day I went home, I created a letter for all the neighbors. And I went to go put it out.
So the review was I remember seeing the review. It was a picture of the street, right? Where you see our trailer. Where we normally park our trailers in the street. We put cones for safety. Yeah. It's just, it was the perfect timing, right? For the supplier to bring his material. And the way they blocked the street, the homeowner tried to get through. I know the one of the supplier guys was trying to tell the homeowner, "Hey, you could squeeze in through here," which she couldn't. Ended up scratching, her vehicle. And she was talking about the 1 star was "Hey, I don't understand why you guys do this. You guys should have prepped better,
better."
So it was
She's also saying "Oh, my neighbor had chemotherapy."
Yeah, we had a doctor's appointment that they missed, right? But anyways, so what you did, the way you reacted was really, really impressive, right? Because you went home and you said you created a letter.
They dropped it off that day.
Yeah. Smart. What did the letter say?
I was just explaining, letting them know, "Hey, sorry for this stuff, and this is something we definitely can improve on." Right. Is prepping the job, making sure that the roads can be clear. That's why now every time I go to a job, I look how the supplier is going to come in, where they're going to park, possibly if there's anything blocking.
For sure.
Making sure my trailer's not in the way anymore. But yeah, just prepping the job, telling them for all the noise and stuff if they want. And I think I told them we'll give them a complimentary pressure wash, whoever called.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and take care of them.
Take care of them, yeah.
Yeah, and I know obviously our supplier, we're a solid supplier. Honestly, they back us up when there is problems, whether they cause it or not. They're willing to back us up, and obviously we're the one that's hiring them, so they kind of fall under our brand as well, right? Because we're working with them. They're out there backing us up. I believe they even paid for the detail, right? The damages and stuff like that. So they'll take care of that as well, but. It's a learning experience. I know one thing about us, we also understand when we work at a home, we also are working for the neighbors.
Right. Oh, that's one thing we bring up in our sales pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we want to take care of the neighbors, whether they need our service or not. We also think about them, I know that's a lot of things. A lot of guys miss that point because, it's a noisy project.
There's a quick story. There's this project we did in Hillsborough. What's her name? The one by...
I can't see her name, but...
No, I know. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? One? The one we just finished not too long ago. We have to add intake.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. So she was really impressed because we talked to her neighbors, her two side neighbors, and that's one thing that Jared says we do work for the neighbors as well. Most contractors, they're like, oh, if rubbish drops on their side, they probably just leave it. Or they'll throw it back over.
Right. Yeah.
And another thing, we just finished a job in Hillsboro.
Oh yeah.
Right. He texted me, right? I was with Jared and we were driving to do a bid.
Oh yeah.
And he just sent me this paragraph right away. I got a little nervous, but he was like, hey, the roof is looking great. The head of the HOA community reached out saying he's very impressed with your company. How he has left those A-boards outside, left courtesy letters to all the neighbors, letting them know what's, the process. He's like, he wants an estimate now because of that.
Really?
Because he has not only care for me, but he also care for my whole neighbors. And he was very impressed.
Let's take a screenshot and we'll have Orlando post that on the video.
It's big though. You have to, because you're working in their neighborhood.
Right. Right.
It's not only that person's house. You have to be courtesy to everybody that's around them.
So, yeah, even having this conversation now, like how challenging it is to keep your rating.
It's a lot of
for sure. Everything is learning. And like I said, that's why I feel like we should have got a negative review maybe a couple years ago. Yeah, honestly, but everything is learning experience and how we react to this. I think the best way to react is how can we improve?
Exactly.
Right. We're not bashing the homeowner. We're not saying, hey, you're completely wrong. Or no, we understand where you're coming from and your frustration, but we're here to help. Give us an opportunity.
That's why after every project, I always ask our homeowners, hey, do you have any advice, anything we can improve on? Because we work at this every day.
Right.
So we're going to miss something that we do wrong for sure.
Right.
But if a homeowner sees us only for 3 to 5 days, they'll catch something.
Yeah, yeah. And there's always room for improvement.
Always room for improvement for sure.
Yeah.
No, back to that 1-star, it got deleted.
Right. Yeah.
Just because of the reaction time and how quick everything was. I found out exactly what homeowner it was and stuff, and I went to go talk to them one-on-one, let them know that whatever situation they're in, they'll be taken care of. And yeah, we got that taken care of for them, and then they were happy. We did her neighbor too.
You did really? Yeah.
No, and that's our advice, right? To someone who is ever listening to this, business owner, don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on the negativity, right, from bad feedback.
No,
find the positivity to it. Yeah. Remember, it's all a learning opportunity. Because look, that first one, right, where it ripped. Because of that, we met our drywall guy now. We've been using him for 3 years now, and he's fantastic, right?
Right.
So things happen for a reason. Always keep that in mind. Things happen for a reason. And what Tyron was saying, always get feedback from the people you work with. It can be even your associates. It could be your clients. Hey, what can I work on? What can we do better as a team?
Exactly.
Right? And they respect that.
Right.
They truly respect that. Now, there's one I do want to talk about is where Tyron had to go and pressure wash that whole street.
Oh, yeah, that one too. I forgot about that one.
The whole street too.
So, yeah, I totally forgot about that one too. So, we were doing a cedar shake, right? Pressure washing.
No.
My dad. Yeah, we were treating. We pressure washed, then we treated it, right? So it was a cedar shake. So one thing that one of our services is cedar shake. You don't see that too often, especially here in the Northwest anymore. But what we do is we pressure wash them, repair them, then we treat them, right? We treat them. It gives them a beautiful color, whether it's like a gray color, white, or this cedar tint color. It looks beautiful. And so during this project, we were doing this one street, and it was so unexpected, right? So we were pressure washing, we got the moss out, everything out, and where the water flows, literally the sewer is 200 yards away.
Easy. And that's partially my fault because I didn't notice that there's no sewer in the middle.
Something that we've never dealt with before.
But we've never dealt with that.
Not even my dad's been doing it for almost 30 years, and he's never dealt with something like that before.
So it's like the second to the last house on that street.
Right.
Drainage is all the way at the first house.
Yes.
It's like 200 yards. It's crazy.
So, okay. And so talking about so I remember getting maybe 5, 6 calls.
Yeah, easily.
I'm like, hey, neighbors, right? Upset. Like, hey, you guys left a mess in the street.
Six neighbors.
Well, yeah, I mean, out of maybe that whole street, there was maybe like 12 houses. Oh. And no. If it went further, yeah, but like that got affected by the mess, right? They were just upset, right? They're like, hey, you guys left this debris. There's this treatment stain or oil. They thought it was oil. Yeah, that's right. Which it's not oil, right? It's completely, friendly. It's, it's not nothing hazardous, right? No,
it's not gonna damage anything.
And but I understand their point, right? They see this thing and the fact that
what it is.
Fact that it hadn't rained either,
and it was an HOA community, right? And they're always maintaining their yards, their streets. So
and it's a high end street. And yeah, I remember talking to both of you guys about this, right? I'm like, hey, dude, we're getting these calls. Like neighbors are upset. We're getting emails, messages.
You called me.
You know who I felt bad for though? The homeowner. Yeah. She was new. She was new to that. She moved from California. She was there maybe 2-3 months. Right. So she was a new one to the neighborhood. And this is a, older neighborhood. Most of the homeowners there have been there for 10, 20 plus years.
20 easy.
And she was a new, the new homeowner there, the new neighbor.
The rookie.
Yeah, no. And she just, and she hires these guys and whoever she hired, like, left all this messed up. Yeah.
Welcome to Oregon.
So I know she was really upset about that. She's like, hey, I'm the new neighbor. Like, I got my neighbors complaining to me already. Oh, wow. What type of contractor did you hire or what's going on here? And right away, we responded.
I remember you called me and you're like, hey, go check it out. What's going on? So I drove. Like, I drove down the street. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it is kind of, you can actually see like all the mud and stuff actually traveling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't see no oil though. But then I stopped and I looked and I think it's the treatment. So I drove up to her house and where her drainage pipe comes out to the road, I can see it. It's all just leaking from there.
Literally, there's no sewer. The sewer was literally 200 yards. So, okay. So what we did, right?
We created another letter for that neighborhood, special for that neighborhood.
Right.
We dropped it off to everybody there. And I started talking to one of the neighbors. She's been in that neighborhood for like 30 years or something like that. But she said, she's like, the drainage system here is really trash.
She understood.
Yeah, she understood why it was happening, stuff like that. But I told, we went back and we cleaned it.
Well, I remember the first day we literally, you and I
we brushed the whole
street
and shoveled everything.
Right, the same day all this happened. But I know we left the letter. We told him we were gonna come back the next day. We hooked up our pressure washer in the truck and literally. I'm driving the truck, and he's following me behind me. But another thing that we did, and I know I called Alex about this. I'm like, hey, dude, like, let's, just for the headache that we cause here in this neighborhood, let's give him something. Let's get a gift basket, right, or some goodies. And I was like, I trust you.
He went all off.
I trust you. Yeah. Like, just take care of them. Do whatever you have to do. And we got some gift baskets for everybody there. Make sure, just to apologize for the inconvenience. And while we're finishing up, right, with the pressure washer, we're getting towards the end of everything because we were there for a couple of hours.
Easy.
Bro, neighbors started coming out. Like, guys, we're so happy. Thank you for the gift. I mean, you did really well. It's like whoever got this, like, they know exactly what they're doing. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's Alex.
That's some expensive pop.
Yeah. We got him treats and stuff. And they were just really, really impressed by the way we reacted.
That's what, one of the neighbors said the next day. It was like right before you got there, I was talking to a new one. And she's like, hey, I noticed you're here. We got your letter yesterday. I just wanted to say, like, I'm very impressed on how fast you guys reacted to that. And she's like, I know I just called you guys yesterday about it. And I seen you guys cleaning it yesterday. And now you're here to finish cleaning it. And just by hearing that, like, us solving solutions and stuff, it means so much. Because you just know, like, most people they'll just look the other way. Right. Most people do the job.
Yeah, like, hey, it's not our fault. It's
it's the city's fault because the drainage is not good here.
No, and that's the beautiful thing about what we do, right? It's when things happen, things go left. We try our best to, make it right. And it's a challenge that we like. Yeah. I personally enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
No, I like
it. Gives you like that that boost of adrenaline.
Right. There's a problem. Okay, let's fix it.
Let's see what can we do.
But yeah, you want to add anything to that?
No, I remember Jared called me that day, and I was like, Jared, is there a limit to this? Alex, just figure it out for me. No, I drove myself to Whole Foods, talked to a couple people. I called you for your number and paid and made this basket. And here's the thing. Providing quality and service mixed with that, you will have happy customers. No matter what. No matter what happens, as long as at the end you provide quality and service, you always have a happy customer.
That one neighbor that came out and talked to you.
Which one?
About the bottle that she got.
Oh, the wine bottle. I wasn't there.
Oh no, it was me. No, it was me. She come out. Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, I noticed that my neighbor hasn't picked hers up. She's like, I'm gonna go steal hers. I'm gonna go steal hers."
What was it? It was,
I think it was like a wine. It was a wine bottle because I know most of them. They get together and do winery and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, no, it's not even about. It's just how they understand what we do and how we responded. They really appreciate it.
They know the language.
Yeah.
They know the language of it.
Yeah, and they respect it. I mean, and these are old school service, I guess you could call it, which it's kind of missing now.
Most of them, they were just kind of assuming already at first. Oh, let's just call these people and blow them up and kind of like make them look bad. But I don't think they expected us to be there that day, handing out letters.
No. And that's...
Especially the gift bag at the end. That was like the cherry on top of the cake right there.
Well, imagine a free pressure washed in the neighborhood with some nice wine.
Yeah, the whole street we pressure washed.
What I'm saying. They should be there happy.
Oh, yeah, and we did take care of some neighbors' driveway because obviously a little bit got in the driveway. So we just ended up cleaning that out as well. And funny enough, because of that, listen to this. We went back there a couple months ago, right? To do
the roof.
A roof replacement.
That was a big project.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so advice to anybody, yes, for sure. When there's problems, face them. Face them. No matter how hard you might lose, that's business. You lose, you don't always win. If you have to take a loss, whether it's your labor, finances, just take it. It's worth it, right? Because long term, a happier customer will pay off.
Right.
Yeah. And just like you used to tell me all the time, plant that seed.
For sure.
Doing stuff like that, you're for sure planting seeds in that neighborhood.
Right. And to add to that, no, we're not saying go buy some high-end wine and some traits, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
And when I say quality and service, that quality could be that letter, that approach, that communication. That's quality. It could be in many ways, but as long as you show up and approach it the right way, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
and do what you say you're gonna do. Right. Don't talk the talk without the walk.
I know another one that I could really think about. It's this gentleman out in Tillamook that gave us 3 projects.
the legendary.
Man, love that guy. And listen to this. This happened. We started his project
Which one?
3 years ago, right? The first one. We've done 3 so far.
Yeah.
We did and we won't mention his name, but we actually have him scheduled to do an interview with us.
Sick. Coming up.
So yeah, if there's any homeowners watching this, any of our customers, if you want to do an interview with us, please feel free to reach out. I know we already have a couple lined up on schedule here in the near future. So expect that, where we're going to actually have one-on-one conversations with our customers, talk about the good stuff and the bad stuff, right?
That was going to be hilarious.
So check this out. So we started this project, first project, huge project, was about 3 years ago. A year later, he ended up building a couple more projects, right? His mother-in-law's house, right? To be specific. We did that one. And we did another one, literally on Airbnb
on the beach.
On the beach.
Yeah.
Literally, you step in the backyard like you're walking on sand.
Yeah.
Right?
It's built on sand. Pretty
much.
Yeah.
It's beautiful projects, huge projects. And so, yeah, last year, beginning of the year, this is where it all started. We started getting the heaviest winds that we've gone in the past 10 years here in Oregon.
Yep.
We got call after call after call after call. Hey, shingles are flying. Hey, this shingle flew over here.
Yep.
Another shingle flew.
Just from him too.
So we went out there the first time, right? Right away, took care of it. Maybe 2-3 days later, another one flew. Hey, shingle flew. We're out there, took care of it.
We went out there like 20 times.
No. Honestly, how much times did we go out there?
More than 20, I think.
So when we finished his mother-in-law's house, I counted. I went there 18 times.
18 times?
18 times. 18
Bro,
times.
I'm telling you, brother, we've been out there more than 20 times.
No, like I think like for that 3 weeks, I was there. Like a day after, 2 days after,
like
4
I
days.
should have got a hotel room. And
No, I think what it was, because you go sometimes and you'll go sometimes and I'll go,
split.
then or one of our guys will go. Yeah.
We both go together sometimes.
Right.
Especially to the beach house one, we'd both go together.
Yeah.
That one was a headache.
It was embarrassing after, right?
At first, it was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because talking so highly about this product, and we still do because we still believe in it.
Right.
But when we did talk to our territory manager, he said you guys shouldn't have installed it at that time of the year.
Or we should have added sealant.
Right.
A lot.
Right. Because we installed it during the wintertime. Because remember, we're not blaming the homeowner. He needed it done. And unfortunately, just how everything was going with the suppliers and labor, he wasn't able to finish this project during the good weather. He finished it towards the end of fall, early winter. So we're installing this project during this cold time. So what happened was the sealant wasn't able to actually seal completely because we didn't have no hot weather, especially down in the coast. So when obviously this heavy wind came, shingles started flying in different ways, different areas. But one thing, what we did is we did go out there every single time before there was any water to come in. We went out there and took care of that, that repair, which is part of the warranty. I know we also get reimbursed by our manufacturer, because we're certified roofers, right? We also just became Master Elite.
Oh, we should talk about that.
I know. So we actually get reimbursed. It's not something that, yes, we have to pay out of pocket. It's part of, just even the drive out there. It's an hour drive just to get there, right? But one thing, everything was said and done. We took care of it. Talking to this gentleman, I mean, this is a guy that's been a builder for 30 years.
His wife.
Oh, yeah. His wife's also
different story. Right?
Yeah, no.
She's the ball.
She's awesome. Yeah, and she helps us so much as well.
Right.
And we'll interview both of them, by the way.
Right.
It's gonna be fun. One thing, she's like, the way you guys responded, it just made me love you guys even more. She's like, you don't understand. Look, stuff happens. Jared, Alex, Ty, like that's what he told me. Like stuff happens. Stuff is going to happen.
I mean, when he's been around the business for that long, he has all of that.
Well, he's experienced. Yeah. He's like, I'm actually really surprised how quickly you guys respond to this.
Because most people who are new to it, or new company owners, they're not gonna respond that quick.
No,
they kind of freak out.
Or I think even in general, like even if you're 5-10 years in, you're busier. Like, oh, you don't have time. Hey, we'll be out there next week or in a couple weeks. Give us some time. But the fact that we're able to drop what we're doing and go straight out there to make sure he's taken care of every single time, he understands that and he appreciated that. And he's like, man, like exactly the way you guys responded it's really incredible. I did not expect that from you guys. Because normally he's used to getting that response like, hey, see you next week. Yeah. Or give us a couple weeks and we'll go out there, because he understood it was a far drive for us as well. Yeah. But as soon as he called, hey, we'll be out there. We'll take care of it. And to this day, I mean, everything was taken care of. Everything's sealed. Everything's good. And that's the thing that people don't see, right? Homeowners don't see. But it's something that we have the opportunity to share that here now. And it's not just for homeowners or potential on who you're going to hire, but these are questions that you should ask your contractor, right? Sure. Is, hey, what happens when things do go left? How quickly do you respond? Can you give me a testimonial of when a project went left and what what was your response to that? You see, those are really, really good questions to ask your contractor, whether you're hiring a roofer, somebody that does siding. Ask them, when's the last time, something went left, and how did you solve that problem? That right there would say
even for contractors as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If there's a contractor that's listening to this and you're an advisor, don't even wait for the homeowner to bring that up.
Tell them.
You tell them.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're not 100%, but this is how I'm going to take care of you, though. This is how I'm going to find the solution. They're like, oh, wow. Sign me here, right? Because that's all they want.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you this amount, take care of me for this many years, and I'm happy.
You should have to realize, like, if it was you getting a house or hiring a contractor,
right?
What questions are you going to ask? What questions would you have? If you answer those questions before they ask, that's when they're impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some advice to roofers: stop thinking like roofers.
Yeah. Something like homeowners. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, those are one of the stories. I don't know if you guys have any more that you guys could think of right now.
What did that one homeowner say last week, Tyron? The one we just finished, and his daughter's lives in Washington, D.C. So, what is you guys were, like I said, we're not perfect.
That is another story of how we come up with solutions on the spot.
So, pretty much, we installed the 3x1 Eve metal, right? But there were two different designs, right?
Oh, okay.
And the homeowner sent photos to his daughter because his daughter's been helping with him since day one. Even when I did my presentation with him, he sent all that information to his daughter, who's
she's a engineer, like a project manager for engineer.
She's like top 5 in Washington D.C.
Wow,
she's huge.
So
she's all about like. She's the one that goes in and say, well, like, this room's getting built. She'll go in and check everything.
Wow.
A little things off. Those kind of people are.
Yeah.
Details is very important. And he's a detailed guy.
Yeah,
too.
he is. Right. That's his background. I think PhDs and engineer, something like
really?
That. Yeah. So when I pitched him, right, he sent all that info of the brand and she approved it. So, hey, it's a good investment. Do it. So after we finished the project, he sent her photos of the final results and she wasn't pleased, right? Because of the flashing mountains. Right?
He said that she said that she would not pass that job at all.
I guess she was wanting to fly up to Portland, Oregon.
But that's when I told the homeowner, I was like, hey, this is why we have our final walkthroughs.
Yeah, right. The quality check.
Check.
So long story short, at the end when Tyron, got this figured out, found solutions for the homeowner, right? Sent roofers back with, fixed all of it. He's like, you know what? One thing my daughter and I spoke about is yes, you guys didn't make it, wasn't perfect at the end, but how you guys responded.
Yeah.
How you guys took care of it right away.
The responsiveness.
She was very impressed by that. And she's also a production manager, right? Because she was up to date with it. Hey, what they say, and she was impressed how we figured out ASAP. Right.
See, yeah.
I mean, you just got to look at what the problem is. Because every home is unique, like you said.
Right.
So if there is going to be a problem, it's not like something you can, we did this one on this house, so we can do it again.
Well, I think it's always also expecting the unexpected, right? I know right there what happened was one supplier didn't have a certain material, right? So we had to use another supplier. So I think that's where the materials got mixed.
Yeah,
on
because
the metals.
That's one thing too. Not all suppliers have the same exact materials for everything. There's going to be some things that they're different. It's, I wouldn't say it's our crew's fault that did it. Partially more of mine for not overlooking the measurements, stuff like that, making sure we have everything. But at the same time, I already had a talk with the crew. Is hey, if you guys are short something and it looks different, call me. Call me kind of early. If not, I'll get you guys material. Like that's my job. Is to, if you guys need something, I can get it for you.
Yeah.
Communication is key.
For sure. So I know we're heading towards the end of time, right? So now I really want to talk about the positive reviews that we've gotten. How did we get here? I know we pretty much covered, how we solved the problems and stuff, but why do you think we've done so well on reviews?
For all the stories we just told, communication, responsiveness.
Well, you gotta realize not every project has an issue like this. Most of, I would say, what,
details,
maybe 85%?
Details.
the details
of every little thing. That's one thing one of our homeowners we did 3 weeks ago, and his reviews. If once this video's out, you know, if you guys feel free, go to Geek Roofing and check our reviews. Look for, I mean, you'll see it's probably the most newest, maybe 2 paragraphs maybe.
Yeah.
It was a perfect job, right, from the start to the end, you know. And I asked him, like, oh, why did you go with Geek Roofing after, you know, 3 other bids? And he's like, because you guys responded with service. He's like, the service you guys provide, the details, right, with the letters, the A-boards, the courtesy updates I get throughout the day.
Was this at the end of the project?
Yeah, at the end, even during, right? He's like, even though you guys were a little bit more than the other 3 bids, I'd rather pay that for that service.
Yeah.
Right. I'm willing to do that. He's like, you guys really went to depth and considered every little detail of your company, which I'm very impressed.
And this is a guy who works for
Intel. Was Intel?
Was it?
Oh, he's an engineer.
He's an engineer or something. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, he's another super detailed guy.
And I feel like those are the type of customers, right, that really appreciate our work.
Yeah. They see the value that we bring.
They see the value, and it's not just about. And this is why I also recommend, you know, because I like giving advice to other roofing companies, right? Like, hey, don't underbid yourself, right? Because with the right price, you could also provide the right service. You could have a production manager there during the project, you know, because a lot of guys will cut that cost off, save him some money, but not understanding that your service is not there, right? That's why you have issues, you know, getting reviews and getting more feedback, positive feedback from homeowners. But yeah, no, the reason why we could be slightly more expensive than your average company is because of the details and the service that we're providing, right? It takes cost, like the extra mile that we go. I know we can't say too much, right? But there's a lot of things that we do that in order for you to experience, you have to hire us. You know, we won't talk about everything that we do.
Our secrets.
But it's a geek touch, right, that we talk about. In order for us, for you to experience it, you would have to hire us to really understand exactly what we're talking about. But one day we might do a video about that, right, where we talk about, you know, because we have more content coming on the way where it's actually on-site content.
I'm excited for that one.
So yeah, expect that. That's coming soon.
Video testimonies with interviews with homeowners.
Yes.
I'm excited for that
one thing I wanted to bring up too, back to Chewy's question, is why do you think we get so much 5-star or positive reviews? And I think it's just because of service that we do provide. So like, there's always going to be someone there. Not somebody like the installers and stuff. There's always going to be someone there that's higher up that you can talk to.
Right.
Salesman, you show up to the jobs. I'm there. So there's always, not the last one we just finished. Two ago we just finished.
Fort and Forest Grove?
No, the one after that.
What about it?
They were really impressed because the husband is an electrician. They're super impressed just by like how we handle things. Not how we handle things, how we like the system we have, I could say.
Yeah.
How like the 2 faces that they first met of the company, or one face, the 2 faces pretty much are always there.
From A to Z.
From A to Z. And I think they're like, that's what brings your guys value to the company. She's like, I was doing my research about roofing companies. And she's like, most of the research I did, they said that expect 10 to 20 guys to be there.
Or an issue happens, call the 1-800 number.
1-800 number or something. But she's like, I like how you, either you or Alex were there the whole time. So if I had any questions or anything, I always knew if I had to go outside to ask you, I was there. Right. Or just the responsiveness. No, I'm not. That's too much secret.
No. And I know if Steven was here, shout out Steven. I know he's out of state right now. He couldn't be here today. No, but one thing he always mentions to me, I'm sure he would have mentioned it if he was here today, is one thing that feedback that he gets a lot is how homeowners appreciate the owner of the company, right? Which is me, is actually showing up to the project.
Oh, yeah. You don't see that at all.
I never understood that, right? But it kind of threw me off. I was like, wait, I think it's a normal thing to do, right? Just show up to your project. You as an owner, you want to see what's being done, how it's being done.
I wouldn't say every homeowner tells me that at the end of the job when I do the final, but most of them do. They're like, oh, I appreciate when Jared came out here.
Yeah.
Because they're like, usually like higher ups like that, they don't come out to the field.
Now, Jared, let's say that there's a contract, a company, right?
Sure.
A huge company with over hundreds of employees, associates. That owner's always gonna go to every project, right? Might be impossible.
Right.
What advice would you give contractors or any business owner to make sure that their associates and the homeowners, taken care of?
Have a project manager.
Well, yeah, have a project manager. Have a team. Have a team that cares.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's one thing. I mean, you could hire somebody, but if they don't really care, if you tell them like, "Hey, this is what you're hired for, and this is it," that's all they're gonna do. They won't go the extra mile. It's gonna be a challenge.
You gotta find a team that sees the vision that you have.
100%. And I think that's what obviously God has given us, right? With all of us, sure. We just build this team that we all are in the same path, same aligned with the same vision. But just finding those people, and it goes back to who you are as a person, because I feel like you attract what you are, right? As an owner, if you're greedy, you're gonna get possibly greedy people around you. If you're a giver, you're gonna get a lot of givers around you. If you get people that really care, you're gonna get people that really care around you, right? So my advice is, who are you, right? As an owner, what type of person are you? If you don't like certain things or some things that you got to work on those, and you'll attract those people to your team. And that's when you have a full squad. Yeah, a full squad that really actually cares about, not just the brand, but the people inside the company. I think one thing another feedback that we got a lot, and this helps a lot, is how we treat our installers, right? How we keep them full, keep them geared up, keep them busy. Yeah, hydrated. We really, that's one thing I really enjoy, and I enjoyed since I was a kiddo. When my dad would bring me to projects is, during lunchtime, like feeding the guys, I don't know, I just found this fulfillment doing that, taking care of those people, knowing how hard they're working up there.
They're working hard and taking care.
That's what I'm saying. And that's something that I feel like I just had it since I was really young, right? Just being around my father is making sure these guys, shout out to Pops, which we have an interview coming with him as well. Yes. So look out for that one.
And because we're one team, and that's the mindset that you should have is we're one family, one team. Because you look at those roofers as your own brothers, your own cousins, right?
Sure.
Take care of them.
Yeah.
Take care of them, right? And
they'll take care of you.
They'll take care of your homeowners. The love that you give your two associates, that's the love they'll put on the roof when they install it.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Anything with them is show them the path and they'll just follow.
For sure.
That's why that's one thing I pride on is how respectful they are to our homeowners and stuff and the homes that they do.
Exactly. And that's a really important one. I think that word is respect.
Yeah.
Respecting each other, because that respect is going to show everywhere else.
Exactly.
And that's one thing we do get a lot of feedback on too from homeowners, like, hey, I appreciate how happy your guys are.
Yeah, they're always like, oh, they look so happy working.
Right.
You make that sound like a bad way. It's not. Yeah, you guys are happy working.
Yeah, no, just seeing how they respect each other and like really work as a team. It's been incredible for sure. Working with them.
Once you find a good team, you bond with that team.
Yes,
that's very important
for sure.
Do you see how a 1-star review brought this, right? I feel like
yeah, it's true.
It was needed.
No, for sure. I think it put us back on our toes for sure, because we were comfortable, right, for 3 years, literally.
Yeah,
literally consistent 5-star reviews. Which it's not saying that we're not ungrateful about it. It's just we really worked hard for those.
You used to it, right?
You get used to it. Honestly, us as humans, we expect that already, right? But having this 1-star, it really brought us together, and I really wanted to talk about this, right? Just to show who we are and, how we honestly avoided so many of them. And not just that, but I think we would have even had more, but some about Google. If anybody knows anything about Google.
If you work for Google, please contact us.
We're missing about like 30.
We're missing about 30, 40.
Right now we're sitting like at 215. We would have been close to like
300.
260. Nah, we're like 280. I would say it's just for the past 3 years, we've had homeowners actually give us 5 stars, and they'll show us on their phones hey,
they'll take screenshots and send it to me. Hey, I sent it in. I'll take.
And we don't see it.
Right.
We don't, for whatever reason. We try to reach out. Obviously, Google doesn't have their phone number up there anymore, so you can't even reach out.
Number.
Talking about service, right? But you know, we move forward, right? It is what it is. We move forward. We keep pushing. Even if we get more 1-star reviews, we'll try our best to resolve them as quickly as possible. If we can, we can't. We're still gonna push for better service.
Right.
You know,
it kind of brings me back that feeling of when we first started, day one. I think since we're, like you said, we're going for so long.
Yeah.
But after that 1-star review, I was like, oh, it feels like a fresh start. More, I feel like we got more ideas because of that.
Yeah,
honestly,
we did. No, for sure.
After we got our 1-star review.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Like and subscribe once again. We really appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Share,
so
share this with maybe even a roofing company that could potentially, you know, help them with your service.
A cousin, uncle that's planning, a brother that's starting their business. We'll help you. We'll give you our best. And
yeah, we're not saying we're all these gurus or none of that. No, we're not perfect. But we have experience.
We were like you before. Right?
Yes, and you know, just being brought up at an early age, we've seen a lot and we experienced a lot. So, any advice, feel free to reach out. Like I said, once again, like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.